alert!
You've been warned, nothing's off the table.
We are going to explore every single inch of the cauldron.
And we do mean every inch.
You've been warned.
The Very Smart Book Club.
Very Smart Book Club. Oh yeah. Very Smart Book Club. Oh yeah.
A wild, wicked voice weaving in between the drum beats whispered otherwise. Go, that voice said, tugging at me. Go see. By 10 o'clock, I could no longer stand it. I followed the drums. The stables were empty, but Tamlin had taught me how to ride bareback these past few weeks.
Yeah, you did.
And my white mare was soon trotting along. I didn't need to guide her. She, too, followed the lure of the drums and ascended the first of the foothills. Smoke and magic hung thick in the air, concealed in my hooded cloak. I gaped as I approached the first giant bonfire atop the hill. There were hundreds of high fae milling about, but I couldn't discern any of their features beyond the various masks they wore. Where had they come from? Where did they live, if they belonged to the spring court but did not dwell in the manor? When I tried to focus on a specific feature of their faces, it became a blur of color. They were more solid when I viewed them from the side of my vision, but if I turned to face them, I was met with shadows and swirling colors. Yeah. It was magic, some kind of glamour put on me, meant to prevent my viewing them properly, just as my family had been glamored. I would have been furious, would have considered going back to the manor, had the drums not echoed through my bones and that wild voice not beckoned me. I would have gone home, but I was curious.
Oh, I'm so curious. It's gonna get in the way.
I dismounted my mare, but kept close to her as I made my way through the crowd, my telltale human features hidden in the shadow of my hood. I prayed that the smoke and countless scents of various high fae and fairies were enough to cover my human smell, but I checked to ensure that my two knives were still at my side anyway as I moved deeper through the celebration. Though a cluster of drummers played on one side of the fire, the fairies flocked to a trench between two nearby hills. I left my horse tied to a solitary sycamore, crowning a knoll, and followed them, savoring the pulsing heat of the drums as it resonated through the earth and into the soles of my feet. No one looked twice in my direction. I almost slid down the steep bank as I entered the hollow. At one end, a cave mouth opened into a soft hillside.
Okay.
Settle down.
Yeah.
Its exterior had been adorned with flowers and branches and leaves, and I could make out the beginnings of a pelt-covered floor just past the cave mouth.
It's like she's about to get waxed.
Fiery. What lay inside was hidden from view as the chamber veered away from the entrance, but firelight danced upon the walls. Whatever was occurring inside the cave, or whatever was about to happen, was the focus of the shadowy fairies as they lined either side of the long path leading to it. The path wended between the trenches among the hills, and the high fae swayed in place, moving to the rhythm of the drumming, whose beats sounded in my stomach. I watched them sway, then shifted on my feet. I'd been banned from this? I scanned the firelit area, trying to peer through the veil of night and smoke. I found nothing of interest, and none of the masked fairies paid me any heed. They remained along the path, more and more of them coming each minute. Something was definitely going to happen, whatever this Great Rite was.
Welcome. So we today have decided to do a very special episode, and we are getting ready for Calamari, aka Calanmai, aka Tamlin's night to go ham on the priestesses. Halloween coming up, we thought it would be fun to do a little makeup tutorial to make yourself look as hot as a priestess, hoping to be roughly fucked by Tamlin at Calamari. So we want our makeup to stay on our skin. There's going to be a lot of sweat. We're going to be around the fire. So we're really going to want to make sure we prep our skin. So Steph, I thought it would be fun if for this episode we kind of just talk about what we what got us into reading, what kind of books we liked reading when we were growing up.
Ooh, I
And
love that.
as we go through, I'll shout out some of the products that we're using.
Okay, sick.
Cool.
Let's do it. We
So-
also have to say that you're a professional makeup artist. So.
I was a makeup artist at Sephora for over a year and have always just been really obsessed with makeup and beauty and hair and all of that. So we're getting to celebrate that a little bit today. So we'll be prepping our skin with the Capture Youth Serum.
That's what all fairies need, is capturing their. That is literally fairy serum.
It is fairy serum, and it is what the queens were hoping for when they dunked into the cauldron. And instead, they one of them became an old crone.
Yes. There's a time and a place to become an old crone, but not when you've only been alive for like 20 years, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sparing a whole lot of sympathy for these human queens because they do kind of suck, but I'd be so mad. Yeah. I think it's a just anger that they have, that they're like, this is not cool, how dare you. Yeah. So Steph, what was the first series that you remember being like, I have to read all of this?
It's so good. Gosh, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the name of the author, but they were like small mystery novels. Imagine if I couldn't remember Nancy Drew. Oh my god. I will say Nancy Drew's one. I took a great class in college called American Popular Literature of the 19th Century. Ooh. And or maybe it was the 20th century, I can't remember now. But all I know is that Nancy Drew, I didn't realize that was just a pseudonym. So many different people have written under that name.
Yeah.
Stuff like that I loved learning, I think was a big thing for me.
Finding out about that. So quickly back to the makeup. Yeah. I feel like all fairies have very dewy skin. We're going for like a really pretty kind of like almost iridescent look. So I'm going to be using the Refi Topaz Gloss Highlighter. And it matches my skin tone a little bit better. And for Steph, I've recommended the Say, I think it's called, the shade is Stardust. Can you look at the bottom?
Yes.
Star Glow. Mm-hmm. So that's a really pretty, you just do like one pump on your hands. I'm taking like a small amount of the product, and we're going to focus like on our cheekbones, on the bridge of your nose, anywhere that you want to like add a little highlight. So I'm doing this. I'm going to just like pat it in with my fingers right where my crow's feet normally would be.
Oh, yes.
And that's going to help kind of smooth that out. This is partially, I'm making it up, but I think there's something about like the sparkle that helps kind of smooth out the appearance of your skin. Mm-hmm. What I also like about these products is that they are like this Refi is very like tacky almost. Like it goes on smooth and it feels like a balm, but it really does feel like it's going to grip your makeup on the skin, which is what I like about it.
That's the reason of makeup. You know, some people say it rise, some people say it reefs.
Yeah, it's Refi. And the Say one, how did that one feel on your
This
skin?
one feels so good, and
it's
it
like
looks
hydrating.
so pretty. Yeah, I look like I have moisture in my cheeks. That's not greasy.
Yeah, it just adds, it gives the light something to like reflect off of. Yes.
I also will tell our listeners that right now, one thing I miss about being a middle school girl is glitter. And some of what I love about the fairy smut world is being back in the glitter life.
Yes.
And I have on right now the freckle makeup patches by Lady Fox. They rock. I will say that my face is broader than what they're made for, so I do have to cut them before I apply them.
It's like with eyelashes, right? They're not always the perfect right size. They just do like this is generally what people's faces are shaped like, and they go with it here. So I'm using this is e.l.f. the Halo Glow liquid filter. You can feel free to dab a little of that on your under eye as well.
We don't know how we feel about elves here in Britain.
Yeah, the elves are kind of we haven't delved into that yet in this world. And what this
under eye?
Yeah, this is what I use like instead of concealer a lot of the times.
Okay.
Is I just use a little bit of that on my under eye. It's actually a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Face. And
name drop.
Yeah, a name drop. As you can see, it does already give like just a little more shine under the eye that is going to, once you have your foundation over it, just kind of be a little bit more of like a youthful under eye. And I feel like with the fairies, that's, again, we're going for like dewy skin. We're going for like your best day, the best day of your period when you're feeling the hottest.
Yeah.
That's what their skin looks like all the time, like glowing, beautiful.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're so lucky.
They're so lucky that they don't have to go through a 10-step process.
Yeah.
So now I'm just gonna go in with my foundation. I've been just putting like, this is the Ease Drip. It might be a little
Dark.
too deep for you. Yeah, I would say go in with your foundation. Something that I started doing is putting my foundation on like skincare. So you press it into your skin like you would a moisturizer.
Okay, I love that.
So you're just like,
I'll tell you something that started getting me into fairy smut.
yeah.
Is there's this great little book series called The Winner's Curse.
The Winter's Curse.
Winner's Curse.
Oh,
And
the Winner's Curse.
It's based off gambling. There's like this theory that if you even if you win, you lose when you gamble.
Okay.
And it's called The Winner's Curse. And it's this whole fantasy world where this girl grows up in her family is the one that has conquered the land, and she falls in love with one of the former families who like ruled the land. It's like son, and she doesn't find that out till later because he's a slave at her house.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then it's their whole journey to, it's 3-book series. It's their whole journey to like falling in love and like creating a new world that they live in. It's really good.
Ooh, and what's the series called again?
It's called The Winner's Curse.
The Winner's Curse.
Yes. So that's one that like
Ooh.
started my sort of like getting into like nicher books. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I have to finish this story.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
it's one of those that I reread a bunch.
Ooh,
yeah.
nice.
And it's not smutty. There's a couple like really hot moments, but everyone's really well behaved.
I love that.
Ooh, what about you?
Let's see. I was really into like Babysitter's Club.
Mhm.
In my elementary school, they had like they had a bunch of the Nancy Drew. They had the like Babysitter's Club.
I love the Babysitter. Boxcar Children? You a Boxcar girl?
I never got into the Boxcar Kids. I think I like saw it and I was like, I wanted to be like cool and hip like the Babysitters.
Yeah.
I was like, the Boxcar Children felt too like
sad.
old world.
Yeah.
It felt like Little Rascals times. And I was like,
Mm.
I'm trying to be in the now. I'm a woman of the 90s, you know?
Yeah.
And I was trying to wear like overalls with one strap. I wanted a JanSport. You know, I had moved on to other things.
Yes.
For my brows, I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. This product had a huge moment in like 2016 when everyone was like learning to contour. And I think the way I would have used this in 2016 is very different from how I use it now. And I do a very small amount of product on the brush, and I kind of just am filling in my natural shape of my brows and kind of just going in lightly and like adding, just like fluffing through to add a little bit of color. I can provide a picture of me in 2016, but I had like the black Nike check mark, like Nike swoop
Skinny?
eyebrow. Skinny. Well,
Mine
it was
were
like,
skinny.
yeah, it was like a very rigid, like,
Mm-hmm.
and like people now in retrospect, I'm like, these people were all making fun of me, but people used to be like, wow, brows on fleek. Like your brows are so sharp. And I'm like, at the time it was a huge compliment, but in retrospect, that's one of those things where I'm like, it was a read.
Oh, it was
Like
a
they were like,
burn.
wow, those brows are really sharp.
I use for my brows, which I haven't asked on stage before, I'm using Goof Proof Brow Pencil recommended by Bianca to me.
That's right.
And it's a 6. I do this dark one. But
Is that the
sometimes
cool
I go
ash?
light. Yeah, it's a cool ash. Sometimes I
Yeah.
go to the 5, just depending on what they have available at Sephora.
Yeah. Well, and I will say that Steph has a beautiful, like a fair complexion that is pretty like cool toned. So anything that is cool toned is gonna work really well on her skin tone, as you are
Cool.
seeing with her beautiful brows.
And I will say, you'll never catch my brows looking the same. Yeah, my brows have lives of their own every day. Some days I'm like, they'll be darker today, or they sometimes are twins and not sisters, you know. And I know the rule is they need to be sisters, not twins.
Sisters, not twins. Yeah, because if they're too identical, it's unnatural looking.
Yeah.
So your brow. Don't be too hard on yourself about the symmetry. Is what we're trying to say here. And I'm going on top with some of the Anastasia Beverly Hills clear brow freeze gel, and that just kind of fluffs them up and keeps them in place.
I don't know if anyone else does this. I'm not going to do it now, but sometimes I'll take my mascara and brush it through my brows and then let it dry and then comb them through just to give them a little more hair.
Yeah, that's basically what boy brow is. TBH. If we're getting the girls together, I'm gonna tell the girls that boy brow is just mascara for your eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
And people will probably be like, it's a different product, and it is, but
it's how they get you.
It's how they get you.
How many different ways have I bought Epsom salt over the years?
Yeah, and guess what? I'm gonna try the next one.
Yeah.
No shame. Perfect. So we've got our brows, we've got our foundation and our skin laid. So let's start going in with some like blush and contour. So because we're going for like a lighter, like a fairy, dewy kind of look, I'm gonna do just like a little cool toned contour on the side here to give myself.
Everyone should know that I am intently watching Bianca cool contour as an unconfident contourer.
And I just try to go with like the natural shape of my face. So you always want to sweeping up. So you start under the cheekbone and sweep up. I'm gonna do a little more on each side. And the thing with your contour, if you're doing a cool tone, is you want it to blend out. It's not a statement piece. Right, it's there to accentuate what your face looks like and add a little dimension. So you don't necessarily want to clock the contour.
I was gonna say, I think I just went a statement, so I'm gonna have to blend this out.
Yeah, we're blending.
As they say in the biz, I'm gonna blend it out.
We're gonna blend it out, and that's where the magic happens in the blend. And that's true of music, and that's true of videos, and that's true of makeup. Yeah, so kind of back to what I read growing up. I remember Wrinkle in Time really making a big impact on me. My mom and dad had like gone out of town and they brought it back for me from like whatever bookstore in the little town they had visited. And I was obsessed. And that is a series also, like the Wrinkle in Time series, and I read most of them, and I remember them kind of freaking me out because they get into like quantum physics.
I was gonna say that's when you stopped loving God.
Yeah, I was like science, and I became a woman of science in that moment.
Yeah.
And then there was also this series that I loved in like middle and even into high school, and it was the Pendragon series, and it was it's a series about a kid who finds like a portal basically to another world, and he travels to like different worlds and has to help like he always shows up in these worlds right before like a pivotal moment in history is about to happen, and he has to try to influence it one way or the other. And sometimes he makes the wrong choice and it like domino effects into other realms. It's really good. I've always been about this like realm hopping kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say me too. Like I mean, this is probably not a well-received book now, but Indian in the Cupboard. Loved that book. Portal switching.
Yeah, what's the tea in that book? Because I've never read that. I remember there being a movie.
Yeah, and now that I'm thinking of it, I want to say that I actually am maybe thinking of another book where a kid goes to the attic and finds this like old castle in it, and then like much to his, this is not Indian in the Cupboard, but I'm thinking of now a book that was read to me when I was young, but another kind of portal book is this like knight comes into the castle, like a miniature guy, and he's like, we need your help to help like save what's going on. And then the person also gets small and then goes into the castle and goes to the world.
I always loved when a character would get small.
Yeah.
They go into another
Now I like
world.
when they get big.
I don't like, I want them little. I want Thumbelina. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So I just did my blush using the Yves Saint Laurent Make Me Blush. Dua Lipa has made commercials for it, if that is something that you care about. And this is like a really pretty, bright
beautiful
pink. And I feel like it works with a lot of skin tones. So How did you do it? You do just a couple of dabs right on the top of your cheekbones. I like to try to keep it close to the eye so that I can like blend it out. There you go. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then just a nice little like fluffy brush to blend it out and always blend into the hairline. I did that with the contour also, and that's just going to help it kind of look more natural and melt into like what your hairline basically. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay.
We're doing it.
I was gonna say that's one thing that you taught me about blush is like it doesn't have to be on the like balls
of your
apples of your cheeks.
Yeah. Or the apples of your breast if you're favorite. Like ripe apples.
Like ripe apples.
And I think this look needs a lot of highlight because we're doing fairies.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought this for you.
Okay.
This one on top. So that is Peachin' by Benefit, and it's a highlight. So you're gonna want to dust that just right along here, right along like the highest point of your cheeks, the tip of your nose, maybe like the very top of your forehead. Okay. You just want to do a little dusting. I'm gonna be making a bold move here. This is this is House Labs, their Color Fuse blush. The shade is Watermelon Bliss, and it really, one thing about House Labs is that pigment be poppin'. So I really take like, you can't even see how much is on the brush because it's that powerful, and I'm just gonna like boop 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 boop.
I love a boop 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 when you're getting ready.
I love a boop 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 boop. See, and if we weren't talking about our books, we'd be listening to music.
Oh, without
because that's the best way to get ready.
Mm-hmm. Especially because we're going to Calanmai and we got to get in our drum mood.
Yeah, we got to
feel that beat of that.
We got to get ready for the drum circle. Yeah, what would you be listening to getting ready for Calanmai?
Ooh, anything with like really good. I mean, great question. Something's got to make you in the mood for love, but also like
some Barry White.
Yeah, some Barry.
That's probably a dated reference. Yeah. Ooh, who's got sexy drums? There's that. There was a song that was popular when I was in high school, so 100 million years ago. But it was like remember that tune?
Yeah, remember that tune? I wish I could hop on it. I was trying to find it, but I don't remember.
So that's what I would be listening to.
I'm trying to think of like a marching band. The soundtrack to Drumline.
The Drumline, that's literally what I was thinking. Yeah, we'd get Nick Cannon in here with some big drums. So for eyes, I brought this Violet Voss Take Flight palette. It's a really beautiful palette that Violet Voss came out with a couple years ago. Beautiful, beautiful colors, beautiful gowns. So for this, I feel like we're just doing maybe a little sparkle right on the eyelid. So I've heard this referred to in drag as the garage lid. Like we're just doing a garage door, one shade on the eyelid.
I love that.
So pick your poison.
Do you have a rec?
I'm gonna say, let's see. I think this color would look really
that's
pretty
fun.
on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going garage.
Yeah. So we're just gonna dab that right onto your eyeball.
Okay. And just the eyeball? Do I go above it?
I would say just the eyeball.
Okay. Perfect.
And then we can use a brush to like blend out the edges. Let's see. I'm gonna go.
Oh my gosh. I'm about to have sex for the first time at Calamai.
I'm gonna go with this.
Even though Calamai happens in the spring to summer, it is very coated fall.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like by a fireside, people are getting hammered on like mulled wine.
Definitely orgies happening.
Yeah, there's orgies happening. I also feel like there's a Calanmai-esque scene in Poppy and Castile. Blood and Ash. Yeah. Okay, so this is a pretty spicy scene from another series by Jennifer Armentrout. I think it's the Blood and Ash series. I forget exactly which book it's in, but they are sitting around a fire, like a bonfire, and people are just like starting to get nasty around the fire. And Poppy, the protagonist, watches the male love interest, like right hand man, watches him get a BJ, right? He's getting sucked off.
And she's like, that looks like fun.
She's like, okay. Like she's really into it. Yeah, that's what Calanmai, I feel like this has to be a rite that is like used over and over again.
Yeah, I know we've talked about, we'll keep it positive, but like the women in the society are conditioned to want to do this.
Yeah,
like they get excited. Remember, like when Gwen is telling her story, she's like, and I didn't even get to have gone through the rite when they're like going through the
yeah, she's like kind of
challenge,
lamenting not having like.
She's like, I was, because she was clearly taken advantage of when they raided when the Highburn raided the place, her temple. But she was like, I didn't even have the chance to go through the Great Rite. So it's like this thing that's like very like,
which, it's
prom.
It's prom. it's priestess prom.
Priestess prom.
But I also like, is that their only chance to have sex? Because Ianthe is always like,
oh yeah,
Ianthe is always like chasing it, she like her whole thing is like, well, I'm a priestess, so I'm supposed to be fertile.
Yeah, Ianthe seems like wants to get married.
Yeah.
Are they like the Catholic priests, or are they like evangelical Christians?
Yeah, I mean, because maybe what Gwen is like lamenting is like not being able to lose her virginity, and it's more about that than about like completing the rite. I don't know. That's how my brain wants to read it, because I'm like,
I don't know.
Why are they all gooning about wanting to have sex with Tamlin?
But they get to have sex with other guys too, right?
That's what I was
wondering.
wondering.
That's how she's conceived on.
She's conceived at Calanmai.
Yeah, and it's like she doesn't know who her dad is.
Yeah, and it's Tamlin.
Yeah.
Or that's another theory. Speaking of fan theories, it's that we're gonna find out that Tamlin is Gwen's father.
Oh my gosh, the incest is unreal.
And we all know that they don't care about like who's fucking whose dads, because Mora has already had sex with Helion, and that's Lucian's dad.
Yeah.
So I've added a dramatic eyeliner.
I know, I'm too afraid.
No, you're doing great.
I'm doing under eye too.
Okay. Ooh, a little waterline.
Yeah, a little waterline.
Yeah.
I love a waterline.
You love a waterline. You know what? I'm gonna do a waterline also, and I'm gonna use a pencil. Did you ever have any books like? Okay, so we both come from religious upbringings.
Yeah.
My mom, unfortunately, went through a phase where she watched the 700 Club, and so that meant that Harry Potter was evil. And what a full circle moment.
I know.
Because now I'm like, I don't know how good Harry Potter is, just because the author has turned out to be such a whack job. But
yeah,
my mom, I remember having to sit in the living room with my mom, and there was a special episode of the 700 Club talking about Harry Potter specifically, and how it was like evil and was indoctrinating all our children to become witches and wizards, which is, they're demonizing Labubus the same way now. But I remember sitting in the living room and there being a scene where they're like very concerned, reverent tones being like, at Honeyduke's they sell blood-flavored lollipops for vampires. Okay, and we're just okay with, and I remember chuckling at that, and my mom shooting me the ugliest look. Yeah. Like, you think that's funny? Blood-flavored lollipops? That is the height of demonic possession. Like, it was a big deal. She hid my books.
Really?
And I knew where she had hid them. So I would go sneak them out, read them while she was at work, and then put them back where they were hidden.
Whoa, so you had to sneak it.
I had to sneak my Harry Potter, which is like, what a way to make something that is so vanilla seem so hardcore. Mm-hmm. Like, I really think sometimes the Christians are making things that are like not even No one would have
Yeah,
thought to use it that way
they-
until they suggested
The
it.
things they really were protesting were like head boy and like boarding schools, but they didn't realize that those are in America too.
Yeah.
They're just called like class president and
Yeah, and like sorority queen or whatever.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, demonic, please.
Yeah. I'm like, so housing lotteries are bad or what? Because that's basically what the Sorting Hat is.
I feel that that's so. It's also kind of interesting that that's a book where I come from sort of a school of thought that things only have the power that you give them, and the more people who are like, this is demonic, and they, like, then
it's a self-fulfilling
it's
prophecy.
going to feed it for people then to want to go to it more, and then not to feel like they have some sort of intellectual ownership over it, where they can decipher between Santa and not Santa.
Yeah. Like Santa's only real because we believe in him,
right?
And God is only real because we believe in him, right? So, like, if we don't assume that the literature is teaching children to be evil, then it,
it's not really teaching them to be evil.
It's not like, this isn't Slender Man, it's Harry Potter.
I know, exactly.
Also, what are we looking for in here?
Well, I'm just admiring what you're working on, which is widening like the little insides of your eyes.
Oh yes.
But I was gonna say too, I was gonna show you this Peach and Lily. It's also just like a clear gloss that just goes. I'm not gonna put it on, but it's another like good if you want to have like a dewy look. It's just a stick, and you can balm. Balm, rub it. It's basically Vaseline.
Yeah.
In a stick. Is how I feel.
It's like the big Aquaphor balms that they have that people use now. But yeah, there was also Supergoop also had like a stick like that, but it was sunscreen. So you could put like clear sunscreen gloss over. Okay, so I'm gonna add a lip, and that might ruin this whole look, but we'll see.
No way.
I think we're both looking really good, though.
We look so.
I really think that purple looks.
This is a great. I would have never picked this for myself. I love it. Shiny fun.
So I'm doing.
You got a good teal going.
I went with teal. They mentioned spring court green a few times in A Court of Mist and Fury when Ianthe is helping Feyre plan the wedding she doesn't want to have. She has her dolled up in spring court green, or she keeps talking about like, we have to put spring court green in the colors. So I was inspired by that for the eyeshadow choice. And I am using One Size Fantasize mascara. One thing about drag queens is if they make makeup, they're making good makeup, because the drag queens have to get through the whole routine. They have to get through the dollar tip dance. They have to get through all of the reveals and keep their face on. So you know that they're making products that are going to last. And that's how I feel about Patrick Starr and One Size.
Lip I'm going to do, this is kind of maybe a sad look into my life. But I was watching the second 50 Shades. And she has this beautiful red lip she wears to a party. And so I was like, I want that red lip. And I have the 3 things that make it.
I love that. I love hunting down a lip combo or seeing something in a show and being like, how can I make that happen for myself?
Yes. So the first thing I have is the MAC. This is her red lip that she wears to like the masquerade ball. Fun. I don't know that it goes exactly with my look today, but I just think this is a fun lip to do. It's a cherry lip pencil by MAC. And I'm just going to outline it.
Beautiful. And I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Lip Contour 2.0. My lip tonight is inspired by the dark lip that Feyre wears to the Hewn City to go see Keir and the Court of Nightmares. She decides she wears like a goth lip, almost like a really dark red. And I might have made an insane lip liner choice for the color that I'm going to do, but we'll see.
One thing I do, this is probably wrong, but I do cover my whole lip in lip liner.
I think it helps your lipstick stay longer, and if you think we're wrong, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Keep it to yourself. So yeah, I did a warm brown lip liner, and then I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Lady Bold lipstick in the shade Be True to You, and it's a really pretty like brownish red.
My red that I'm putting now over my lip liner is the Red Rock by MAC. and it's the Red Rock Matte.
Mm.
Now, the other thing that you do for this lip that might be like, do I want to buy all 3 products for my lip? The answer is yes. This is the MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color. Feels so grand, 105. You put this on top of it.
What's the wear like? Did you have to reapply, or was it?
The gloss kind of goes away
Okay.
over the night, yeah. But the lipstick and everything stays on pretty good. Like
Gorgina.
Yeah, Gorgina. Yes, and Gorgina. I love the dark lip.
I think we're just about ready for Calanmai.
I
I think all we need is some setting spray
Mhm.
to lock this look in place, because you know it's going to get sweaty by the fire, and hopefully it's going to get sweaty in that cave. Okay.
My lipstick will be smudged everywhere.
Ooh, so this is a setting spray that I brought that is a fun one. I have always recommended the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. It is great. It really does hold your makeup on. I've worn it under a mask, and it didn't have as much shed of the makeup onto the mask. The setting spray that I am going with is the Iconic London in the shade, in the original shade. It is a really pretty setting spray that has like pearlescent shimmer in it. So it's gonna...
Pearlescent shimmer. Brought to you by the Alchemists of the Night Court.
The Alchemists of the Night Court. I'm gonna put a little bit on my chest just for fun.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I always put like a bronzer and stuff on my chest if it happens to be showing. And then same. Oh, and the other thing I was gonna plug in my little bag that I love, and I'm always skeptical of these products, is the lip plumper, and probably no surprise, but it's by Dr. Dennis Gross.
Ooh, yeah.
I obviously love his products.
Oh yeah, we're big fans of the facial sheets.
The facial sheets are awesome. And he's just so expensive, but I love it. This plump and repair lip treatment, like it actually works, and it does make your lips tingle, and it does give you a little bit of plump for the night.
Beautiful.
Yeah, something a little plump for that.
I love that. Excellent.
Okay.
So we're all ready to go to Calamari.
Yay!
Yay! Yummy, 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 yummy.
It's gonna be a chewy night.
It's gonna be a chewy night. So before we leave you, we thought we'd do a quick little improvised scene of 2 priestesses walking out to Calanmai and what they hope to happen in the evening.
Oh my god, I feel the drum in my lower belly.
Oh yes, I feel the coils of desire starting to form in my womb. I just can't wait to get out there and get by the fire. I mean, I am worried that I'm gonna get smoke in my eyes and then my mascara's gonna run. But we're just hoping that he doesn't notice that.
If your mascara runs, let him just smudge it all over your face. I know you're gonna get picked.
Oh no, you're gonna get picked. No, it's gonna be you. You're the fairest of us all, and you are so wizened. You're the best at the prayers, and you have the best singing voice.
Oh my god, I really appreciate it, but I don't think tonight's my night.
It has to be. It simply has to be. Lord Tamlin needs to replenish his magic and make sure that all of our crops come in, and that all the magic of the land is replenished.
I know, but you're just you've got it going on. You're like you know how to write.
Only because the priestesses taught me. Clotho taught me how to write, and I'm so grateful to them for helping me. But, you know, I think my duty is just to take care of the temple and to be happy for all the other priestesses who get to be absolutely railed by Tamlin.
I hope there's some others there tonight. Tamlin's been a little bit stalky lately.
Yes. I would be happy to be shared with many women along with him.
Oh my
many
god.
females.
Yes, I think tonight's gonna be quite the motorboat set.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope that we get to be part of a trio with him.
Have you ever heard of a titty slap tree line?
Sister, tell me.
The girls, we've been talking about it quietly in the lower levels, but apparently all the girls, they just stand in this long line naked. We're gonna do that tonight. But then if you're feeling excited and like a rush of energy, you just stick your tits out and you let them, you run down the line and they slap the other tits while you're going down.
Oh, I really hope that I get my titties slapped by Tamlin tonight.
I've heard it's awesome. I also hope he bites my neck.
Ugh, me too. But I gotta say, I really hope that they turn the drumming down because I'm starting to get a headache.
Oh no, you can't be getting headaches so soon. We need some fairy wine.
We need fairy wine.
Oh my god, we need some fairy. We need to start losing ourselves.
Okay, we're gonna go get fairy wine.
I love that. Scene.
I hope you enjoyed getting ready for Calamari with us.
We had such a good time.
Yes.
We hope to see those fairy pictures from your own.
Yeah,
Celebrations.
do your own any Halloween things that you're doing, any Calamari celebrations that you have, or Samhain, whatever you celebrate. We want to see pictures of you dolled up and your costumes.
Yeah. All right. Peace. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Fairy Smut Book Club.
As always, a special thank you to Improv Asylum and Asylum Productions for their support, Kayla Hutchins for music, and executive producer Bo Segrist from Modern Exhibits.
You can like, follow, and share clips from this episode on our Instagram and TikTok at Fairy Smut Book Club.
You can also email us your thoughts and theories over at fairysmutbookclubpodcast@gmail.com.
Bye, Bianca.
Bye, Steph.